I'm just going to move this over. Hi, kia ora, welcome. I am doing this like a podcast, YouTube video. Gonna figure out how I'm gonna upload it. Do I keep it for a link, put it on YouTube? Not too sure yet, but we'll figure it out. Just going deeper on everything that's been coming up lately and asking some questions with the rods because take my watch off. There is a lot coming up in terms of everything that's unfolding for humanity right now. And I know how easy it can be to lose hope and to feel it's overwhelming and to be drowning in all that's coming up. But it is necessary. And I'm going to go into that deeper today as well. It is necessary in terms of it needs to come to the light. It needs to be brought to our attention so that it can be transmuted, seen for what it is, and different actions, choices, decisions can be made by us because it is our power. Literally, how things change is by us making those changes within ourselves for our whānau, for those around us. So while we might be waiting for someone to come and save us, for something to happen, some catastrophic event to happen, where we're all saved, it is not going to happen. It is not going to work that way. It is coming down to us as individuals, and it's not for us. Okay, it is for those that come after us because they show me the timeline. When I tap into the timeline itself, that is for the highest and best of humanity, I don't see myself on there, if that makes sense. I see my mokopuna living it. I see all those that come after us, but then I zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, and who do I see that made the pivotal changes, the moment that shifted it all for them? It was us now, right now. Sorry, I'm like talking into the microphone. I don't know if this is better or if it's not. But we're just gonna do it. I'm just past the point now of like over analyzing anything, making sure it looks perfect and it is perfect. And we're just gonna figure it out, whānau. And I know we're gonna move this back with me, but then that's still there. We're just gonna figure it out. Okay. Am I too far away? I can see the little microphone and it's like, oh, a little bit moving, a little bit moving. So, whānau, yes. Okay, I do this in my community. We do weekly readings, thank you. Yeah, we do weekly readings. We do weekly guidance from those beyond the veil. I do work with my rods for that. Yes, thank you. Okay, so I just want to make sure, do I just bring it up like over here? Not sure. It's out of the way, and hopefully you can hear me. The microphone's moving. The green on the microphone. Welcome. Welcome to my channel. Kia ora. Okay, so please show us yes. Thank you. And please show us no. Please show us no. Thank you. So the messages and guidance today are anchored in the highest and best good for humanity, truth, confirmation, clarification, and love. Yes, thank you. Now, I know there is a lot going on, so we're just going to try and stick to the basics. Like, what even is that as we're navigating that? Basics, but stick to the main points of how we can shift and how we can heal and how we can grow and continue to expand through what's happening because what's happening is designed to not have that happen. It is designed to keep us stagnant. It is designed to keep us in fear. It is designed to control our energy. It is designed to essentially keep us in loops that they benefit from and we do not. Okay, so before coming on, I'd done some readings and welcomed in Michael the Archangel. Okay, and he literally made his presence very well known. Like I felt him right in front of me. Um, so that is who we're going to be connecting with. Okay, Michael the Archangel. That's a big yes. Thank you. That is genuinely who I use my rods with 9 times out of 10 because I like to connect with beings of love, beings of protection, beings that I have worked with previously. In mediumship, I'm just going to say this too. In mediumship, I don't connect directly with people's guides or spirit, so to speak, their ancestors, their tupuna who have passed on. My spiritual team connect with them, and then I converse and connect and have that kōrero with my spiritual team. I myself don't feel comfortable letting spirits connect to me that I have not worked with previously, and I don't know their intention purely. As much as I set the intention, I will only connect with beings of love. There is false light beings, there is a whole journey there, a lot to unpack, essentially. Okay. I've worked with my beings for the last, I'm pretty sure it's like 8 years now, my spirit guides and my ancestors. Okay. And Michael the Archangel from the very beginning has always been, I went and had a healing done in a mediumship workshop many, many years ago. And he was the first one to stand in beside me, she saw, and others confirmed that we were there as well. Michael the Archangel stood literally right beside me the whole time we were doing the mediumship workshop. And yeah, so that's who I have been connecting with and working with since I started this journey, essentially, started mediumship, started connecting with spirit. So that is who I ask, one, for the dowsing rods, and two, mediumships to be with me. Okay, at times too, like my nana will always come through and she'll make it known. The rods will just move to where she is, like right now. So if they start going like this and start moving to one direction, it's usually because my nana's there and she's just showing me that she's there. Thank you. So, okay, now, yes, thank you. I love like I only discovered we're just gonna let it out. I'm usually I'm like on Instagram I'm like trying to get it under 3 minutes so it can reach who it needs to reach. Now I'm like I'm just gonna put it on YouTube and then whoever's drawn to it will come. Okay, so it can be a bit longer. Yeah, thank you. So yes, I don't even know what I was saying. Don't we love that? Okay. Now, do I need to go closer to the microphone? I'm sure you can hear me. That's the base point. As long as you can hear me, we're all good fun though. And it might be a bit glitchy because I live on a farm and the internet here is not great. But you know what? We're just doing it. We're just going to continue doing it. Sharing, guiding, teaching, doing what I can do. And if it's not perfect or aesthetically pleasing, then it just is what it is. You know what I mean? Okay. Now back to what we are here for. Back to what we are here for, okay? Back to what we've come to discuss and why I am creating this video. Yes, thank you. Okay, now, is there going to be more presented to us to keep us in a fear-based energy? Yes, thank you. Is this done purposely? Yes, thank you. Now, it does feel there's going to be things that come up that I'd rather I get back the like microphone's extended to the full extent of what she can extend to. But I like to have my arms rested on something to avoid like movement in the arms or like, usually you might see me rocking too as I'm channeling. Sorry, yes, thank you. Okay. Yeah, the word alien comes through. Okay, so will there be quote unquote alien experiences, aliens presented to us, the normalization of not even normalization, but you know how it's always been very denied and like, no, that's not real. Very much saying that, admitting that they are real and saying that they are here. Okay, and I also feel they've always been here. Is that correct? Yes, thank you. So it does feel like that's going to come up as well. Okay. Now, yeah, okay. Yeah, just is there going to be more than one thing presented at us at all times? Because that's what it feels like. It feels like there's going to be sickness. There's going to be, yes, there's going to be aliens. Yes, there's going to be shortages on certain things, like looks like sounds like food as well. There's going to be food shortages. Yes, thank you. There's going to be gas shortages. Yes, thank you. It does feel like there's going to be certain shortages, lack of, because the word scarcity comes in. Okay, scarcity. Now, we want to focus on how we can navigate our way through this. And the one thing that they've like been very, very strong on, I won't say forceful, but strong on reminding me, okay, is that I can't lose hope and I can't think, oh, well, what's the point? There's just so much coming. What's the point of even trying? What's the point of even trying to be loved when it's so easy to fall into anger and so easy to, like, isn't anger what's needed to shift this? Okay, and they'll always say, no, it's not. It's not what's needed. It is necessary in terms of feeling it because we need to feel it. But anger is not what's going to shift us. Anger is not what's going to birth through the new reality for humanity. Anger is a base point on how we feel, yes, but is not what we need to create from. Is from anger. I hope that makes sense. Okay, feel it, but we can't create the new timeline or reality for our babies based and anchored in anger. What do we think is going to be created from such? Okay, yes. So we cannot lose hope, and we need to remind ourselves that our power is and always will be us, and there is no one, okay? And I want to make this shown as well, please, for everyone, that there is no one being coming to save humanity, okay? There is no one spirit that is coming to save humanity. There'll be beings that work with us to save humanity and to help humanity, okay, and to help us transition. But there is no one being that is going to come down and do it all for us, essentially. The power is us. We are, as individuals, the ones who are going to shift this. And again, I just recorded a video for Instagram. It is not us that are going to see the full effects of this. It is going to be our tamariki, it is going to be our mokopuna, it is going to be those who come after us that are going to reap the benefits almost from our actions, our decisions, and our energy at this point in time. So, whilst things will transition and shift and change, the full effects of it, the true anchorage of it, the true living in that new timeline will be our children and will be our mokopuna, okay, our grandchildren, and all those that come after us. But it can go one of two ways right now. We're going to, as humanity, we can be stuck in loops and cycles. We can be stuck in what they're wanting to create for us, or we create something that's more powerful. We create something that is more powerful, and that something is being what we're trying to create. That something is embodying the world that we want to leave for them. Because again, it's not about us. And yes, I know that, it can be hard, and I know there's going to be times that are just heavy. Okay. And, a lot of the time we're so used to wanting to see the results of our actions. We may see glimpses of it in our life, but a lot of it is for all those that come after us. And this is where that empathy and that humanity come in, okay, that it's bigger than us, just us. But it starts with us. So, whilst we might want to live an abundant life in prosperity, wealth, healing, all of those things, yes, we can start to live that now, but for the full effects to be seen on it, and it's all internal, okay, that needs to start internally. You can live that now, absolutely. You can live a life of joy, love, happiness, peace. You can live all those things, but that's not going to be, it's natural to feel the full spectrum of emotions because of all that's being presented to us. But you can still find those pockets of those moments. But the ones that are going to truly benefit from and having more of a baseline of, joy, happiness, love, peace, those things, the ones that are going to have the baseline of that and experience it in this reality, this world on the external will be our tamariki, our mokopuna. So yes, there is those beings past the veil that want to help humanity. Okay, there is those beings past the veil that are here to guide us with knowledge, with healing, with activations, the energy and magic that's going to be needed for this next chapter. But it does start with us, our choices, our embodiment, our frequency, how we're honoring our own vessel, all of these things. That's where it starts. So the one thing that they're really giving clear guidance on is to I don't know why I just heard that song and like love that I just heard that song, but the Michael Jackson song, Man in the Mirror, that's what's coming on. Okay, we need to be looking at ourselves right now. Okay, we need to be looking at our own frequency, our own energy. We need to be looking at what we're radiating when our relationships and environments, how are we showing up in these environments? What is the imprint that we're leaving on humanity right now? What is the imprint that we're leaving for those that come after us? And we have to be strong. Yes, we have to be strong. Okay. And we don't need to tolerate, I don't know if I can swear on YouTube. Hmm? I'm not too sure. Um, we don't need to tolerate being disrespected. We don't need to be disrespected. We don't need to tolerate someone crossing our boundaries. We don't need to be all love and light constantly, okay? This is part of the shift, and let me remind you, this is part of the shift. You need to call it out. You need to enforce your boundaries. You need to honor and respect yourself, okay? You need to love on yourself. You need to do all of that. And part of that is not tolerating people disrespecting you. There's going to be certain things that are worth your energy being disrupted over, and then there's going to be certain things that aren't, and that is completely up to you. Only you know. I can't tell you what's worth you getting upset or angry over, and you can't tell me what's worth getting upset and angry over because it is unique to you. What upsets me, it may not upset you. Again, unique beings, and this is where we're stepping into, not all being one way, embodying our authenticity, embodying our power, embodying our magic, embodying our sovereign energy. So, not one person is going to have the answers for all of humanity. That's why it has to start with you. It has to start with doing the inner journey. It has to start with figuring it out within you. It has to start with building your inner temple. It has to start with knowing yourself and loving yourself unconditionally. It has to start with knowing what your boundaries are. It has to start with knowing what brings you joy, love, happiness, peace, because it's unique. We're not all, and like this came through a long time ago for me. We're not all one way. We're not all meant to be one way. We're not all meant to look one way. We're not all meant to act one way. My rituals that help me may not help someone else. Okay, that's the point of it. The system is created based off things that serve certain people. We're now stepping into a timeline where we have to be sovereign in our own energy and understand who we are as individuals to create from such. There is universal law and there is higher and there is lower. I would recommend getting to know the 12 universal laws, okay, and how you can structure and utilize and work alongside that for this next chapter that we're stepping into. And when you kind of go into it, it's just quite logical, really. But okay, we're going off track again. Okay. Now, we're going to go into quite controversial things they're showing me, okay, because it needs to be discussed as well. And again, we discuss these things for you to form your own beliefs because you're an individual person. But we need to discuss it for you to form or go deeper on such to form your own beliefs. And a lot of time it's for experience, so you can experience it. Now, religion itself. Is religion beneficial for humanity? Is religion beneficial for humanity? So it's a yes and a no. Has religion been manipulated along the journey? Yes. Has religion been manipulated to indoctrinate humanity? Yes. Thank you. So is there parts of religion that can be beneficial for humanity? Yes, thank you. Like anything, humans come along and do what they do based off their own desires, wants, needs, to all things really previous. Okay, so yes, that's one thing. What else did you want me to? Do we contain source energy? Do we contain source energy? That's a big yes, whānau. Are we going to, do we, sorry, thank you. Do we need to become sovereign in our energy to start creating with that source energy? Yes, thank you. There's so much to unpack, and I don't want this to be like a 5 hour long 5 hour long video. I don't even know how long I've been going for. Thank you. Okay. Are there going to be changes coming in terms of money and its value? Are there going to be? Yes. Thank you. Mm. Might unpack that on another one because it does feel there's a shift coming. Yes, thank you. To go deeper on that. Okay, should we at this point, no, this is a message that came through actually, and I'm going to do the rods on it. It came through for my community. It came through for me and I shared it on my community. Do we need to remove our cell phones from our bedrooms when we're sleeping? Yes. Thank you. It's a big yes. Okay, that came through for me the other day that I need to remove my cell phone from my bedroom when I'm sleeping. They usually charge it in my room over on the Duchess, and I got this message it needs to be taken out of my room when I'm asleep. So that is no longer in my bedroom. Okay, so yeah, no phones in the bedroom when you're sleeping. Do we need to limit our time on cell phones? Do we need to limit our time on cell phones? Yes. Yeah, I'm getting a headache. So it feels like yes, they're using it for a lot of things. I know. Okay, a lot of deeper diving on that one. They're using it for a lot of things for the body in terms of frequency, in terms of the mind and manipulation, in terms of indoctrination, in terms of programming. But yes, the biggest one that's coming through is frequency and our energy. Okay, mm, feels like people's sleep's been disrupted lately. A lot of people's sleep's been disrupted lately. Try that. Try and remove the phone from your room and see how you sleep. Okay. See if you sleep better, not having the cell phone in your room and not having artificial lights on at nighttime, things like that. Like we need to try and, as much as we can, go back to the things that natural, like our natural cycles, our natural blueprint, essentially. Thank you. Our natural blueprint. And how can we empower our natural blueprint? How can we empower our natural architecture as a human being? And on a wider level, on a spiritual level, we need to be in tune, becoming in tune with our soul. Okay. We need to be coming in tune with our frequency. We need to be coming in tune and owning and claiming our magic. Thank you. So we all have that, however, again, however you want to label it or whatever resonates for you, but we all have magic. And I love that. Okay, I love embodying my magic, my whimsy. Okay, and it feels like it's now a time to truly embody that, live it, embody it, show up daily, rituals, habits, all of that stuff to be embodying your soul, your spirit every day, as well as honoring the physical. This is how we're going to shift, is when we truly become sovereign in ourselves, first and foremost, and then we can become direct our energy to becoming sovereign in our environments, but we need to be sovereign in our own energy first and foremost. And environments means our food, our water, our the land, living in harmony with the land, things like that. But it needs to start internal first and foremost. It needs to start with us and being sovereign in our own energy and our own vessel, our body. Okay, so I think that's what I'm going to do today. Is that all I should do today? Oh. No, there's obviously more that they want to. I just don't want to. Okay, oh, but it's obviously. Let's just pass it on. Okay, what else needs to come through? Is there more messages to come through? Yes, thank you. Okay. Oh, yes, thank you. Okay. So there's going to be a lot more spiritual encounters, spiritual visits they show me. Okay. So you might be noticing more things out of the corner of your eye, things turning on and off. There's more energy happening in a frequency in terms of spirit. So spirit, we all are frequency, energy, all of those things. So there's more activity in terms of being presented to us in the physical, like that we can see. So the other day I was literally in the shower before and my music just stopped playing and someone had pushed stop on it. Like there was no phone call, no nothing, no. anything else on why it would have stopped other than a spirit or a being or energy had stopped the music in the shower while I was in the shower. So there's going to be, and the lights flickering the other night, there's going to be a lot more happening. You'll start to notice a lot more as you start to, okay, thank you, sorry. I'm just going to unpack this all as it's coming through. As you start to become more in tune and empower in your own energy, you'll start to affect the energy around you. So if you've been seeing healers or anything in the previous years, you'll notice that the energy can affect the energy around them. Okay, it can make lights flicker, radios fuzz, it can because they're so in tune and sovereign and in their power that energy is not fragmented, it's within them and they're channeling it, harnessing it, and in tune with it, that they can start to affect the energy around them, including your own energy. That's what healers do. So as you start to be in tune with your own energy, start to embody your own power, start to tune into your soul, your spirit, start to live through that and harness it and, pull your energy back to you, you'll start to notice that your energy is affecting things around you as well. But they are saying there's going to be more spiritual encounters, more seeing of spirit, embodying of spirit in terms of your own, seeing of spirit of others, connecting with spirit. There's going to be a lot more activity in spaces. There's going to be a lot happening in that essence as well. Okay. Now, if you don't feel safe when you're doing such, that's where protection comes in. So you need to be protecting your energy very, like our natural essence. And this is what we need to be embodying more of, okay, is our natural essence. And our natural essence is energy. So we start to connect with energy. You know, I've always said this, being a medium isn't something certain people are blessed to be or have the gift to be able to do. Everyone has the ability to connect with energy because we are energy. But there is those that are quite in tune with certain frequencies, and there's those that have almost shut it off based off experiences, judgment, indoctrination, programming, all of those things. So they've shut it down, their ability to connect with spirit. But everyone has the ability to connect with spirit. That is just our natural state, indigenous within, my tupuna in particular. I can speak on that was their natural ability to be able to do so. That's just natural. You'd connect in with those past the veil, seek guidance, signs, messages on a higher perspective on things and how to move forward with certain things. You would tune in with the elements and nature and what they're guiding you with, the messages and signs that they're giving you, okay, on certain things in terms of your reality. It's natural. It's always been us in every culture. If you go back far enough, you will see that it is everyone has a history in terms of spirituality, or how, again, however you want to label it, labels are just labels. But that connection with spirit and soul and energy and magic and all of that, it is ingrained in humanity because that's who we are as beings. So yes, thank you. Okay. Connection, owning your power, you'll start to feel see more happening on terms of energetic spaces, people, your electronics. You might have a lot of your electronics in your house kaput. We go through a lot of electronics in our home, like literally, honestly. But that's because, again, your energy, you're sovereign in your energy. It's so composed within you and it's so compounded within you. It's not fragmented in all these different spaces that it is radiating in terms of affecting things around you. Yes, thank you. So, yes, okay. Is that it for this video? Is that it for this video? For this video? Yes, thank you. Okay, so that's it for this video, whānau. A lot of that time it was literally just confirming, channeling. I was getting the confirmations while I'm doing it rather than just kind of asking the questions directly because I do like to channel as well. I really enjoy it. I love using oracle cards. I love channeling, dowsing rods, just directly passing the messages, whatever. Like it's just so unique to you. Again, there's no wrong or right way, whānau. This is the journey. We're going to be embodying what feels right to us, what feels natural, what feels good, and the environment you're creating for your tamariki, what you're guiding them and showing them is, quote unquote normal. And this is very normal in our whare, is the connecting with spirit, having our tupuna literally everywhere around us. Crystals, cards, mummy connecting with spirit. My youngest daughter was very naturally in tuned and saw her koro and her nene when she was a baby. And then we asked them to just step back a little bit, please, until she's a bit older and she can make that decision herself. And she's recently said that she wants to step back in and start connecting with her tupuna again, her ancestors, her nene and her koro. What just happened? Did that just get lighter? I'm not too sure. And we love that. Kia ora, if that's your nana again. Kia ora koro, Queenie's koro. Kia ora Ken. So yeah, it does. It's something that you might notice your children are very naturally in tune and they start to see more spirits and things like that. Your dog's barking at nothing, your cat's coming quite close to you and always being connected to you because again, they're very in tune and they're feeling the energies that are rising for humanity. And like anything, higher, lower vibrations, as we are rising, into that embodiment and that power and our power, there's going to be the pushback that comes with such. So there'll be the darker side come through as well. But that's okay because when you are anchored in your sovereign energy, your power, your light, you are in your power, meaning you are your authority to all things. Authority starts with you. Okay? We can go deeper on that another time. Just put it in the comments, Vano. Okay, I'm sending you so much love. And hopefully this, yeah, recorded. Oh, is it just even recording? I don't know because I can't. The microphone didn't move. Oh my God, imagine if that didn't record. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay, see you love. Bye.